Noel, it's upon us, the start of the season, a long season, but the first game against Lincoln on Saturday. How are you feeling?
Nervous, excited, yeah, a lot of emotions, but we'll be ready. That's the biggest thing.
Big stories around the week. Harvey Nibs, you alluded to the fact on Saturday, the opportunity had come up. He's been to talk to another club. An agreement hasn't been reached. So Harvey Nibs, where do we stand?
Yeah, listen, whatever happened, I'm not too sure. I'll speak to Harvey about that this morning. Obviously, there's something that wasn't quite right, whether from Harvey's side or whatever, I don't know. But obviously, make sure number one, he's still our player, and make sure that he's okay, because obviously, moves to bigger clubs is really important for players in the progression and whatnot. And these things happen all the time. It's a tough one for him, but we're just hoping that he's okay mentally first and foremost, and physically he's fine. So it's about making sure that he's okay, because he's still one of us, he's one of ours, and we'll have a conversation this morning, see how he feels, and if he's ready to go, he's ready to go.
You've been transparent throughout this process. You said you've always wanted him to stay at Reading. He's such an important player, but equally it's about balancing it. He'd earned the opportunity to have a look at a high division. For whatever reason at the moment that hasn't come about. How do you then deal with the process of bringing him back into the group? Listen,
this club has, over the last 2-3 years, we've sold players to the leagues above constantly. Probably 9, 10, 11, 12 players have gone in the last 2-3 years. Which shows the job the boys are doing and the guys are doing, you know. So we have got players that are prepared for this level, but then go to the level above, which is a massive, plus for our guys. But when something like this happens, it's obviously a difficult one to take for Harv, because it's out of the norm. We just got to make sure that he's okay first, because he's one of ours. Like I said, he's one of our players. He's one of my boys, and once he's okay, you know, and he feels like that he's ready to go, we always say we can push, but we don't shove. And I know Harv, he's a great lad, he's got a great mentality, and he'll process this and he'll move forward. So we'll have the conversation this morning, see where he's at, and hopefully he's involved with us on the weekend.
And let's talk about the window still being open. It's what fans are talking about incessantly online, which is their job. You've talked about the need for more bodies coming through. We're 2 days before Lincoln. Nothing's happened this week. Where's that?
No, things are happening behind the scenes. Obviously, look, it's for me as a manager. You want things like you want players in at the start of pre-season, but that doesn't happen. It doesn't go to plan that way. I think there's a load of people in the same boat as us. There'll be a lot of clubs that are all settled, but there'll be a few that are in the same situation as we are. But you know, we've had positive conversations Tuesday, Wednesday. We still hope to get someone done before tomorrow if that's possible. If not, we got to go with what we have. As simple as that, and I'm more than comfortable with that. We'll go, and the boys are fit and prepared, and we'll go have a right go. Saturday is a tough place to go. Lincoln, it's, you know, they've got a strong fortress up there. It'll be a tough one for us, but we got to go there ready to fight for points on the board.
Marco Scabala's done a very good job at Lincoln. You know, they were mid-table again last season, but never too far away from that pack chasing the top six. Defensively, they've obviously lost Paulie O'Connor, they've lost Sean Rowan, so lots of new things for them to deal with at the back as well. It's a tough time of year, isn't it, to prepare for opposition?
Yeah, they lost Paulie, but I think they brought in a set of back straight away, so they've been together for a wee while, and they have 6 weeks over pre-season. Paulie's been great for us since he's come in. He's a real leader, great guy, real captain, and he showed some really strong moments of quality. So we're really pleased with that. They've got a settled score up there. They've obviously lost 2 or 3, but they've replaced, so they'll be ready to go for. And we probably not on that same wavelength, but we have got boys that have been here for the last 6 weeks. So we've got to go prepared as best we can and go up there and fight for everything we can.
The away end is going to be packed. Great response from the Reading fans in terms of picking up the tickets. How does that feel to hear that?
It's so pleasing. Our away fans were amazing last year, and our home ones as well. So we're very lucky to have a very loyal fan base. It makes this club a little bit different to everyone else, I think. That's my eyes. We want to go up there and give them something to cheer for. We want to show that we can fight and we can press and we can be that front-footed team that the club love, that the club knows, that the familiar the familiar style of play that we want to play is the attacking football. Obviously, we understand we want to get players in that want to bolster up that attacking side of things, and hopefully over the next couple of days we can do that as well.
We touched on this at the start of pre-season, or when I first joined the club. It must be lovely just to talk about the football and worry about things like footballers and not having to worry about things that other managers at your level weren't having to worry about last season. The fans seem to have transitioned into being football fans and worrying about the footballers with ease. How have you found it now, 2 days out?
Yeah, look, it's things we probably can't control right now. We're trying to push things along as best we can. We're trying to force things in. It's one of them things where it's great that we have this infrastructure. But now we've obviously want to push it to the team and help the boys that are out there. Obviously, we've made a couple of really good additions. I think the ones that we've brought in have been an improvement to our squad. Obviously we lost a lot of players last year, and we've still got probably 4 or 5 positions to fill. Again, listen, we're trying all day and all night to get them things done. The conversations are happening, and we're hoping we have a progressive day today, and maybe with fingers crossed we get one in for tomorrow.
Captaincy is hugely important in football. Now, we've got changes in this area coming into this season. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it's something that we didn't take lightly. I spoke to Yids probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago now about how he feels and where he is. He's been an absolutely amazing captain for this football club over the last 3 years, and he's been a fantastic servant over the last 7. So I just felt like that I wanted Yids just to focus on himself this season. He's 33 now. He's not getting any younger. I want to make sure that he's right and he's ready for us as best he can be to play and train and be involved in the team. So I just felt like that, passing the buck on or passing that mentor on to a younger, but a player who's signed a long-term deal here, shows his commitment to the football club, was really important. Someone who does it right every day, who trains right every day, who demands and drives standards every day, on and off, the first team pitch. And it's really important for us that we have that kind of leadership in and around the club. So for me, there's only one candidate that was standing out, and we had several around it. But Lewis Winger is going to be the new club captain, and Joel Pereira is going to be vice captain. I think these 2 boys are massive characters in the dressing room for us. They've signed long-term deals. They drive standards every day. They speak the right language. They're 24/7 pros, the both of them, and we feel that it's a perfect fit for both us and them. Wanting to see him grow as a captain and as a leader. Wingy's very vocal and he's very good at what he does, but we want him to flourish in that, and not see it as a burden, because it's not. It's an honour. And when I spoke to him about it, he was so pleased and he was so overjoyed with that I'd actually even considered him. It was lovely that he didn't even see it coming. So shows the manners of the man. He puts the team first, and Joel was the same. So we've got a leadership group in terms of inside the dressing room. Obviously Yids is a massive part of that, and he'll lead that with Wingy, Joel and a couple of others. I think them kind of people that drive the standards in and around the dressing room, it's not my place to be in. Monday to Friday inside the training ground, that they keep the standards really high, and they keep us pushing forward and moving forward. So really pleased about obviously Wingy and Joel, and they were ecstatic when I told them.
And it sounds like there's a leadership group underneath them, almost in this hierarchy, running the changing room. Yeah,
absolutely. I think it's important that we have 5 players, so 3 senior ones, in between one, the younger one. So I'll leave it to the 4 boys, because Paddy O'Connor's a part of that. I'll leave it to the 4 guys to pick their young one, to be a part of that leadership group. Someone that drives standards through the younger ones, and pushes the younger ones, and it doesn't matter if he's playing week in, week out or not, that he has the right mentality, the right work ethic, which we do believe we have several of them young lads that are coming through. So I'm looking forward to see who they pick.
And finally, Noel, Ledge is sat in front of this at the moment. You've got a massive board up in the area where all your staff are sitting. It's got the next sort of 9-10 months all planned out. We've got the first game Saturday. It's a long road, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long road. Yeah, and we understand that, and that all the more to get more players in, Phil. But it starts. I keep on saying it starts on Saturday. and we don't look too far ahead. You know, we just focus on one game at a time, because no 2 games are the same. There'll be ups and downs for sure. You know, it'll be hard. We're still gelling as a team. We're still working hard to make sure it's right on the pitch. We've obviously got a lot of new faces in there, so it's making sure that they know the structure and the style we're trying to play, making sure that they buy into it, which they have done. They've been great, and we just keep on working now to make sure we get it perfect.